Okay. Just 1 minute, guys, okay? Moving the pictures a bit, yeah.
Kalte Nacht an der Buldeke finstere Mitte steht ein Ingale vertreuert in Kitzacharem fin Regen schützt im Norderwand a Kaschikel halt in Hand in seine Augen beten jeden still. Ich hab schon nicht kein Koich mehr, zu gehen in Gas. Hingereckchen und gerissen, fin dem Regen nass. Ich schlepp such fin beginnen, keiner gibt nicht sie verdienen. Alle lachen, machen fin mir Spaß. Kupit je Käufche, Papierossen. Drücken auf den Regen, nicht vergessen. Käufche, bewege bin im Munis, käuft und hat auf mir Rachmunis. Rate wird von Hinger, mich hat sie. Kupit je Käufche, schwebe hoch, und hinten. Der mitfährt ihre Josse und der Glitten. Dies ist mein Schreien in mein Läufen, keiner will bei mir nicht kaufen. Ausgehen will ich missen wie Hund. Mein Tate in Milchome hat verloren seine Hand. Mein Mann, hat die zerrissene Reishalten nicht gekannt. Jingen Käfer sie getrieben, bin ich auf der Welt verblieben. Im Glück lach in Elend wie ein Stein. Brecklach kleib ich auf zu messen, auf dem alten Mark. A harte Bank ist mein Geleger in dem kalten Tag. In der Zeit die Polizianten schlugen mich mit schweren Kanten. Sie helfen nicht mein Beten, mein Gewehen. Kupit je Käufche, Papierossen. Oi, drücken auf den Regen, nicht vergessen. Käufche, bewege bin im Munis, käuft und hat auf mir Rachmunis. Rate wird von Hinger mich hat sind. Kupit je Käufche, schwebe lachend hinten. Der mitwert ihre Josse und der Glitten. Dies ist mein Schreien in mein Läufen, keiner will bei mir nicht kaufen. Ausgehen will ich missen wie ein Hund.
Okay. Let's start reading it. Janet, will you start reading it, please, in the English?
Herman Yablokov was born Chaim Yablonik in Grodno, Belarus in 1903. He was a child chorister and he toured Europe with a Yiddish troupe from Kovno. During World War I, he sang on the streets and begged. He emigrated, he emigrated to the U.S. in 1924, where he had a successful career in Yiddish theater on 2nd Avenue in New York. He wrote the lyrics to Papa Rosen in the early 1930s, and it was recorded repeatedly, was broadcast on the radio, and grew immensely popular. The word Kupitya is Russian for by. Venemunis means really.
Okay, thank you. I'll change it. Okay, Steve, can you start, Steve?
Kalte Nacht, a Noppeldicke, Binster umetum. Steht a Jingele vertreuert und guckt sie euch.
No,
From-
Arum.
Guckt ihr herum. From Regen schützt im Nor a Wand a Koschikel halt in Hand und seine Augen betten jeden stumm.
Okay, good.
Okay, cold night, a foggy night.
Yes,
Windows,
no, it's not window.
No, this is
Nothing.
I caught 3 spelling mistakes that I corrected, but I guess Michael didn't send them on. Finster should be with a tzaddik. Finz, no samach there, just a tzaddik, right? Finster.
That's how I got it. I got it with a tzadi.
Good, I'm glad you got it, but it doesn't.
What did you
show up
get?
here, But if.
What did you get?
Finster. Finster,
Finster.
dark. Means dark.
Dark, yeah, okay, that's what I thought, okay. Umatum is like everywhere, it's dark
Yeah,
everywhere.
That's it.
Stands a youngster, vertreuen. Waiting?
No, Fatroit is very sad, like
Oh,
mournful.
sad, or, okay, right, okay.
Mournful, yeah,
Was very sad, and he looked around.
good.
I'm not sure what Ragan is.
Reagan is rain.
Oh, rain, okay. I thought it was spelled differently, okay. From the rain, he sits him near a wall.
Okay, so schützen is to protect, so the sentence is inverted. It's
Okay.
really no avant schützt im.
Only a
vom
wall is
Regen.
protecting him from
Only
the
a
rain.
wall protects him
Yes.
from the rain.
Okay, all right. A koshikel, some kind, I don't know what a koshikel is, but a hand. He holds something in his hand. I don't know what a
It's a
koshikel is.
basket. Koshikel is a basket,
He's holding a basket in his hand,
right.
and the eyes, Benton visit him.
No, begging is to ask or to.
Oh, his eyes are asking everyone stumm.
Stum is silent.
Silent,
Begging
right.
everyone.
Silent, his eyes,
Pleading.
right.
Are begging. Benton is like pleading. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Bennett, you gotta let me sing this. It's on my CD. I love this song. It's on my CD. You gotta let me sing it. I'm busting here.
Okay, when we finish reading, you will sing it. Okay, Cookie?
Oh,
Okay?
I just left out 2 of the horrible stanzas, the terrible ones.
Okay,
Left
so,
out.
okay, Alvin, can you read? Alvin?
Scheunisch in Koyach, mehr Arum zu gehen in Gas. I have no strength to go any further in the street.
Good.
Unglück und abgerissen von dem Regen nass. Hungry and I don't know what abgerissen means here.
Abgerissen is like raggedy, tattered.
Yeah, hungry and ragged from the rain, from being wet, from being wet from the rain. Ich schloss sich von, no, ich schlepp sich von beginnen. I drag myself around from, what is beginning?
Beginning is dawn, early morning.
Keiner geht nicht zu verdienen. No one gives me a break to earn something. Alle lachen, machen von mir Spaß. Everyone laughs, making fun of me.
Good.
Okay, thank you, Alvin. Elaine, please.
Kupyetje, je. Koifje,
Kupitje, koifje.
kupitje. Yeah, kupitje, je.
No, the
Kupitje.
second one is koif. The
Kupitje.
first one is Russian, kupitje, and then koif
And then
is Yiddish.
koifje.
Koifje.
Koifje papirosen. Buy cigarettes. Truckene von Regen nicht vergossen. Dry, not inundated from the rain.
Good.
Koifje billig. Buy them cheap. Beneemen.
Benemunis.
Benamun is really, I know it's from Emmet, but Emuna, but okay, really. Koift und hot oif mir Rachmonis, buy and have pity on me. Rattevet von Hunger mich azin, save me from hunger now.
Good.
Okay.
Do you want me to continue?
Okay. Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, kupitje, koifje, schwebelech antiken. Buy, and I don't, Schwebele is matches and Antiken is old or ancient, I think, but I don't, it doesn't make sense to me.
Right. Literally, antiken are antiques, but antiken can mean something that's very special. These are very special matches because they're dry, because you can actually light up one. Right.
Okay. So buy my special dry matches.
Right.
Damit vet ihr Yosemel der Quicken. And by that you will refresh an orphan, or you'll, I don't know, save the life of an orphan.
Good. Yeah.
Resuscitate, yeah. Umsist mein Schreien und mein Läufen. In vain my shouts and my running.
Yeah.
Nina,
Good.
can we have a cursor?
Yes, please. Sorry. I
So
was
much.
doing
Can you-
something. Yeah.
Can you explain Läufen?
My running and he's running around trying to sell his cigarettes, and he's running away from the police also.
Okay. Keiner will bei mir nicht kaufen. No one wants to buy from me. Ausgehen will ich müssen wie a Hund. I will have to die like a dog.
Good. And we
Thank you,
recently
Elaine.
had the word oisgain, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, meaning to die out.
Mine,
Thanks.
you want me to continue?
Okay. No.
Okay.
Thank you. Henrietta, can you read, please?
Mein Tata und Malamed?
Milchume.
What?
Milchume.
Milchoma.
In
Oh,
Milchome.
in Milchoma hat verloren seine Hand. Mein Mama hat die
Source.
zuurs mehr aushalten nicht gekannt. Jung und
Ava,
Eben ist die sie getrieben. Bei ich auf der Welt verblieben. Ungekältig und elend wie ein Stein.
good.
Unglück, yeah. Can you,
This song always brings tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it grabs
pretty
my
good.
heart.
Because
It
it's
is a sad-
sad.
Maybe
Because
it
it's
it's
was-
a sad
it was-
song, yeah.
It was designed
My
to bring
father in the
tears to
war
your-
lost his hands. My mother
Okay, so Oishalten is she couldn't take it anymore. Die Zulis, her grief, her problems, she couldn't take her problems anymore.
Can you use
on.
troubles?
Sure, but clearly the father lost his hands. It's wartime. I mean, we're talking serious troubles.
Okay. Can you continue, Henrietta, or Maurice will do it?
I'll let Maurice continue.
Okay.
Okay, so here again is a spelling error. It should, I mean, she says ying, which is the way I would pronounce it, but it should really be Yud Vov, Jung in Keva is sie getrieben. She was driven to the grave young, too young. Bin ich auf der Welt verblieben, so I remained on earth, unglücklich und elend wie ein Stein. Sad and lonely like a stone. And here again, the word unglücklich, it should be lamed ayin at the end, not a yud.
Elaine, I see your hand, yes.
Yeah, can you, what's the infinitive of getrieben?
Treib, I think it's treiben. It's a German word.
Treiben,
Drive.
zwei Juden, Pasuk zwei
I
Juden?
think so. I don't, yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay. Because I couldn't find triben in the dictionary.
is
so-
it
No, it's the
Treuben? I think
past,
it's-
the
is it
participle,
Treuben?
right, so it's just probably.
Could it be Treuben?
No,
Tribe?
I
it's
don't think
tribe.
so. I
It's
think
tribe.
Tribe.
Treiben. Thank
Right.
you.
Sure.
Okay. Hilda,
Yeah.
the voice is okay, you can read?
Yeah, can you hear
Oh.
me?
Yes, we can.
Then I can read.
Okay, please read.
Brecklach Kleib in Euf zum Essen, auf dem alten Mark. Brecklach, I don't understand Brecklach.
Crumbs,
Oh, breadcrumbs.
crumbs, yeah.
Crumbs.
Okay, so crumbs I'm picking up from the street to eat.
Right.
No, from the
The
market,
market.
from the old
From the
market.
marketplace, okay. A houten Bank is mine gelegen. A hard bench is my bed in dem kalten Park, in the cold park. Und dazu die Polizianten, und dazu die Polizianten. And in addition, there are the police. Schlagen mich mit Schwerden Kanten. They are beating me with, is it whips?
No,
Sword is swords.
Oh,
And I'm not really
swords.
sure, yeah, because, and Kanten, I never was able to find, I can only guess that it may mean clubs. I don't really know.
So he's being beaten. Se helft nicht mein Beten, mein Gewein. And my cries and my beten. Oh, my begging, my pleading, and my crying don't help in any way.
Good.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I see Rochelle.
Yeah, maybe that's schweren.
No, Schwerden are swords.
Sword.
That's for sure.
I know, but it would make more sense if it was schweren Kanten.
Well, schlugen mich mit schweren, they beat me with
Heavy.
I
don't
think it's swords, and I think the other one is clubs, but I don't really know.
Okay.
Okay, Rafael.
Yeah, I think
There
that
is a
content,
word, excuse me, there's a word Kant, I'm looking in the dictionary that can mean documents. And I
No,
don't know
no.
if the police have documents
Well, it
against
means, it
offense.
also
No,
means
no.
corners, you know,
Uh-huh.
vier
Yeah, but-
kantig means four cornered, like a square, but that doesn't tell me anything.
I think it means batons.
Yeah.
Baton,
I think
right.
it's related to the word konchik, which is a whip.
Oh, really?
Kanchik, sure, it could, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Elaine?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to put my hand down. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So, Rafael, you want to say something more, or? Because your hand is still up.
No,
Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Bob, please.
Upitia koivshe, koivshe paparosen. This, by the way, is the saddest song.
No,
How did it become so
Abrivale der Mame takes it. He
It's
takes
so-
it on.
it's
It's
so-
one,
it was so
it's one
hard
extra, and it's one
I
extra.
found it painful to translate. I found it so, it's such a spectacular tune, song. It's just haunting. And,
Beautiful.
and this one, and by the way, I don't know where you found this specific rendition, but it is just with the and like that kind of cabaret sound.
Yeah.
Right, it's
That-
the,
oh my God.
Klezmer
I was
Conservatory.
crying just translating it.
Right, it's the Klezmer Conservatory Band from New
Yeah.
England, and it's Judy Breslow who sings it.
It's unbelievable. Churkana, oh yeah, so bye, please buy
Cigarettes,
my
yeah.
cigarettes. Troikana, von Regen nicht vergossen. They're dry, they're not wet from the rain.
Good,
Koifsha, Billik, Benuminous.
Benemunis,
Benemunis.
right.
Yeah.
No.
They're really cheap. they're a bargain, I guess.
Right.
Koift und hat oif mir Rachmanus. Buy and have some pity on me.
Good.
Rate vet von Hunger mit Azint. Save me from hunger right now.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Phyllis, can you read? Phyllis, can you read Yiddish?
Well, except the top line is cut off on my small screen, so maybe I shouldn't read. I can't
Okay, so-
see. I could start with
Okay,
the following.
okay, so next time. Neely, can you read? We already translated it, so it's just reading. Neely. Yes, can you read it, please?
Kopitje kauft Sasche Schwebelach Antiken. Damit hier Ayatom le der Quicken. Sitzt mein Schreien und mein Läufen. Keiner will bei mir nicht kaufen. Ausgehen, weil ich musen wie ein Hund.
Well, we already translated it, so that's okay. Thank you, Neely. Okay, Cookie.
Okay.
Okay. I promised you. Okay, go
I
on.
have a request. When people don't talk three at a time, it's very hard even to understand one.
You are
My-
completely right, Neely. You are completely right.
My
Okay, cool.
My rendition is a little bit different, and I left out a few stanzas, so you'll forgive me if it's not exactly the.
Okay.
A kalte Nacht, a nebeldicke Beton. Steht der Ingele verzweiret und kriegt sich herum. A Koschikel hat in Hand, dem Regenschuss im Norderwand, in seine Augen beten jeden Sturm. Ich hab schon mehr kein Keuch nicht, herumzugehen in Gas, hungrig und abgerissen von dem Regennass. Ich schlepp herum sich von Beginnen, keiner geht nicht zu verdienen. Alle lachen, machen von mir Spaß. Kopetje, kopje, papyrossen. Trockene Vorlagen, nicht vergossen. Kaufsche billig bei der Mannes, kauft und hat auf mir Achmannes, Rate wird von Hunger, mich hat Sinn. Kopetje, kauft, ihr Schwebelach an Ticken. Der Mitwet der Ayossamel, der Quicken. Im Sis mein Schreien und mein Läufen, keiner will bei mir nicht kaufen, euch gehen will ich musen wie hin. Ich hab gehört, a Schwester, a Kind von der Natur, mit mir zusammen sie's geschleppt, hat sie a ganzen Jahr. Mit ihr gewesen ist mir viel geringer, leichter während pflegt der Ringer, wenn ich pfleg a kickt und nur auf ihr. Mit Amul geworden ist sie schwach und sehr krank, auf meine Hände ist sie gestorben auf a Gassenbank. In sich hab sie verloren, hab ich alles ungewollen, soll der Teut schon kommen euch zu mir. Kopje, Papyrossen, trockene Vorlagen nicht vergossen. Kaufje billig bei dem Mannes, kauft und hat auf mir Achmannes, Rate wird von Hunger, mich hat Sinn. Kopje, kauft, die Schwebelach an Ticken. Der Mitwet der Ayossamel, der Quicken. Im Sis mein Schreien und mein Läufen, keiner will bei mir nicht kaufen. Heus gehen will ich musen wie hin.
Thank you, Cookie. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for letting me sing.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
Thank you.
Cookie.
It's not the voice I had
now-
20 years ago, but it's better on my CD. But thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to hear it again or no? Let me know. Do you want to hear the version that Maurice sent us or no?
I think Cookies is lovely. We should end there with
Okay.
personally.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't want to overstress Cookie. You know, we ordered it twice already.
Okay.
Thank you. Shane of Daikala.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Okay, so we are going back to Bashevi Zinger and his speech at the banquet before he received the Nobel Prize. So, and we learned all kinds of new words for being a moron. No, this is later, for being a pauper. We learned the words of being a pauper. So it's here. And tell me how big, more? Bigger, guys?
Yeah.
That's
No?
good.
That's good.
Okay.
Good. You have to move
Okay.
it down.
Yeah, I'm going to move it
Can
down.
can you tell us which page this is that we're on now?
It's page 3. in der literarische Kipsarnie. Okay, Barbara, can you start?
Okay. In der literarische Kibbutzarnia auf Israel, neben the forwards is given a poet. So in their literary, I assume a cafe on East Broadway, next to the forwards, there used to be a poet. Wenn hat gewollt sagen, wegen an anderen poet, and he spoke about another poet, as is an Euremann, who was as a poor man.
We have the color again.
You want what? Sorry?
Oh, thank you. I don't.
Okay. Okay, Barbara, go on, translate it.
Okay, so a poet, and he spoke about another poet who was a poor man.
No, when he wanted to say something about another poet who was a poor man.
Oh, okay. All right,
Gewollt sagen.
He would say, vermogen sollen wir es beide. We should both possess. Is that right? We should both possess.
Yes.
Okay. Wie viel es fällt ihm zu $5? How much was needed to acquire $5? Does that make sense to anybody there?
Yeah, so
the idea is we should both have as much money as he is lacking to make up to $5. He only has $1. We should both have at least $4.
Oh, okay, thank you for explaining that. Okay, do you want me to go on or?
Yes.
Mir darf sein, sag ich. We need, one needs to be, I guess, I say, Meshuggah auszuweiten, als reicher Sprach. We should, I say we're crazy to exchange such a rich language, the Yiddish of English, to, exchange Yiddish for English. And let's go on. Und as meret shoin wegen Meshuggah lo mer takezen. And if we're going to talk about craziness, let's surely see where is reicher in Meshuggahs, English, and Mishigas rather. Let's see which is richer in Mishigas, English or Yiddish. English or Yiddish. In English, as mir will sagen, as emetzer is Meshuggah. In English, you say someone is crazy. Sucht man, he's crazy or insane. Achutz, them, aside from that, sind da a ganzen array technische Werte. And aside from that, there are a whole set of technical terms or words. The, let's see, poranoic.
It's English, paranoid.
Oh, paranoid. Okay.
Paranoid.
Schizophrenic. Werte, was haben nicht kein jiddischen Tam. And words that don't have a Yiddish feeling to them. Ob mir will schon sagen, auf Englisch auf Wort, was hat ja a Yiddischen Tam. Sagt man, he's Meshuggah. And if you want to say in English a word that has a Yiddish feeling or taste, one says he's Meshuggah.
Okay, thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
Rafael, I think this is good for you. That's a paragraph for you.
It's Lamerzen. So now let's see. Was me kontan mit dem Meshuganim auf Yiddish. What you can do with a crazy person in Yiddish. A Meshuganer auf Yiddish is, a crazy person in Yiddish is Meshuga, crazy. Metoref, ripped up, chaser dea, out of his mind, overbottle, senile, zedreit, in a twist, zerudert, confused, nicht beim Sinnen, not in his right mind, mevulvel, all right, confused, verrückt, pushed off to the side, zermischt, all mixed up, nicht beim Seichel, not in his right mind, nicht bei die klare Gedanken, not with clear thoughts, wahnsinnig, that's an interesting one. It, of course, it means crazy, but the question is, what does it mean literally? Idiotic or stupid?
Deluded.
It's a German word.
You're right. It's a German word. Schwachsinnig, simple-minded. Atzetumulte bria, a confused creature. A Mensch was kriegt auf die gleiche Welt. Someone who's crawling up the walls, the straight walls. A Parschein mit Bijek in Kopf.
No, a bzik. My mother used to say that I have a bzik in my cup. A bzik. Yeah. So I remember this, osta bzik.
Yeah, I don't have bzik in my dictionary, so I don't know what it means literally.
Well, looks Slavic.
Yeah, it certainly looks Slavic.
It's like a crazy idea. You have some crazy idea in your head.
Okay. Spelt him a klepke in Mayech. He's lacking he's got a screw loose, something like that. A klepke, just a klepke is a barrel stave, literally a barrel stave.
Board.
Yeah, or a board specifically for making barrels. And he would have pronounced it klepke.
That's what my mother always said. Sveltere klepke.
Okay, very good. A wilde bria, a wild critter, on a cup, headless, atzedulter. It means kind of someone who's stupid. Atzeschreifter, someone with a screw loose. A schreif is a screw. A mevul. Now that's an interesting one. What's the root there?
Bewildered.
It's the translation is bewildered, but mevoal in Hebrew is someone that is afraid, got scared.
Okay, I don't recognize the shoresh there. Okay. A parshoin was blunget darum auf an oile matayu, a fellow who is wandering about.
I need to ask you something.
Guys, if you are talking, mute yourselves. Someone is talking. Okay, Refoil, go on.
A parshoin was blunget darum auf an oile matahu, a fellow who's wandering aimlessly in the world of emptiness. Auf an oilem hadamian, in the world of imagination. In Hinnerplet, in a daze. Hinnerplet it's a metaphor from the way chickens can just stare, but it means a daze. Gerert auf den Kasten, touched in his chest. Gerert auf den Eberstiebel, touched in his attic. Dicht auf der Welt, not in this world.
Oh, sorry.
Not on this page. Yeah. Where were we? Okay. A banumener, someone who's been taken away. Atzahutzketer, Hutzken, someone who's shaken up. Atzefleugener, someone who's flown off. Atzaverleurener, someone who is completely lost. Nicht beim reinem Verstand, not in his pure understanding. A meshugener Hund, a crazy dog. Atzetrogener Malach, an angel who's been pulled away. A verdreiter Sheps, a sheep that has been turned about. Einer was weiß nicht, auf was Welt is. Someone who has no idea what world he is in. A Mensch was weiß nicht, as die Mama hat ihm gehabt. A person who doesn't even know that it's his mother who bore him.
That's a great one.
Yeah. Nicht kein Higger. Someone who's not really all here. Geistig krank. Mentally ill. Barutener. That's a new one for me. A barutener.
Tranquilized.
It says a tranquilized person.
Tranquilized. Yeah. Calm. Barut is calm. So someone who's been tranquilized, fine.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about one of them before we go on to more?
Yes.
A portion was blonget arom oifen oilem hatoyi.
Atohu.
Is that like the tohu vavohu?
Yes.
Exactly. It's a word that means formlessness.
Aha, thank you.
It also means chaos.
Yeah.
At least in Hebrew, it means chaos.
Chaos, yes.
Rafael, just this paragraph, because afterwards I assigned it to someone, so, okay?
Good.
So, das seinen
als Wörter von polnischen Loschen. Now, these are all words from the Polish language. Die Litvakis haben noch ein Zettel österliche Wörter. The Jews from Lithuania, they have a page of unusual words. Wie Sedrumchkit, Kapuzhit, Skonfuzhit. Now, these are all completely new to me. Sedrumshit, I'm just looking it up here. Sedrumshit, disturbed, and I've got it marked as Northern Yiddish, yeah. Kapuzhit.
No idea, it wasn't even translated, you know.
Skonfuzhit. I don't have that one either. Okay. Zedrinjit, zestrudelt, zetreiselt. Okay, strudelt means curled up. And zetreiselt means shaken up. Verkaloitzit. I don't have that one in my dictionary, sorry. Farkalochit, most likely another version of Farkaloitzit. Farpulyit. I don't have that. Yeah, my dictionary is obviously lacking these. Farmarochit. Marochit sounds like the word for ice cream, but just marojna.
The brain is melting.
Yeah, anyway, von die Bleue Wörter. Von die Bleuse Wörter kommen herab von die Relsen. Just listening to these simple words, you can go off the rails. Verlieren die Gedanken, lose your train of thought, und werden zerflochten wie ein Loksch, and be braided like a noodle.
This is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Brenda.
Ze is emes, als Yiddish is a bissel orm in technische Wörter. It's true that Yiddish is a bit lacking or poor in technical terms. Wenn es kommt zu Automobilen, Aeroplanen, Maschinen von allerlei Sorten, is Yiddish Afzoris. When it comes to cars, planes, and machines of all sorts, Yiddish has a lot of trouble. Aber wo steht es geschrieben, als a Yiddishist darf treiben a car? But where does it say that a Yiddishist must drive a car? Wer lässt ihm nicht fahren mit der subway? Who keeps him from traveling by subway? Yiddish is a tolerante Sprach. Yiddish is a tolerant language. Der Prinzip is Yiddish is a kommunistischer. Fundamental principle is that Yiddish is a communistic one. Das was is mine. Und das, was ist dein, is euch mine. What's mine is mine. That which is yours is also mine. Azoi as in ergesten Fall benutzt man sich mit English. And so in the worst case scenario, we use technical words taken from English. Mit Polish, mit Russisch, was es lässt sich. Words taken from English, Polish, Russian, whatever works.
Okay, thank you, Brenda. Thank you. Luisa, will you continue?
Okay.
Again, I ran.
So ich kenne okay. Ich kenne a verbrennten Yiddishist was hat a car. I know, would you say burnt Yiddishist? Verbrennt?
No, it may be a zealous.
Passionate.
A passionate.
Who has a car. Und jeden Montag und Donnerstag and every Monday and Thursday wird die Car bei ihm zerbrochen. His car breaks down. Hat a garage, wo es arbeitet a zweiter Yiddishist. He has a garage where a second Yiddishist works. Und wenn die Car wird zerbrochen, schleppt sie weg zum Yiddishisten Mechanik. So when the car breaks down, he drags it to the Yiddishist or Yiddish, right? Mechanic person, meaning the guy who fixes the car, the mechanic. Und sie reden zwischen sich technische Wörter, and they say technical words among themselves. Nicht auf Yiddish, not in Yiddish, nor auf Yiddishist, but in Yiddishist, what would we call it? Jewish?
No. How would you?
So it's probably a mix of English with Yiddish words.
No, it's kind of pretending to be. I think it's pretending to be Yiddish.
Okay.
Yes, technically.
It would be
Okay,
almost like
Ida?
Yiddish-ish.
Okay,
Yiddish-ish.
Okay, that's good. Sagt der mechanic. He tells their mechanic, Moshe Shmerl, der Automobil Miner ist nicht für dir gedacht, nicht mit allem. So he calls him Moshe Shmerl is the name, you think?
Yeah, that's the mechanic, yeah.
Moshe Shmerl, the car, the automobile, my car, my automobile, is nicht für dir, is not meant for you. Not for everybody. Nicht mit allem, not for everybody.
No. Nicht für dir gedacht is לא עליך. חלילה לא עליך. No. I don't know how to translate.
It shouldn't happen to you, I think. It should
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't know from this. You shouldn't know from it, right?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Should I go on or?
Yeah, nicht mit allem. So.
Was fällt?
No, nicht mit allem. What is nicht mit allem?
Nicht mit allem. So it would be not for everybody?
No, not with everything.
Not with everything.
Not going so good.
Yeah, it's not exactly. It's not.
No,
feeling
Nishmat
good.
Alaman, it's an expression meaning a little bit under the weather, a little bit unwell.
Okay, thank you, Louisa. But I see people raise their hand. Bonnie and then Barbara. Bonnie, you're muted, Bonnie.
So my mother used to say every Montik and Donnerstag. I mean, I kind of grew up with it. I didn't really know what it meant. So I started studying Yiddish. And then I realized further that Mondays and Thursdays are the day the Torah is read. And I understand those were the market days. So maybe people came out to hear while they were doing their shopping, maybe the Rebbe was there reading Torah. So anyway, like Cookie has her things that warm her heart. It's it's just, it's a beautiful saying to me because it's a memory of my mother. And of course it means, you know, every time you turn around, you know, there it is, but that's it.
Yeah, but that's the Aliyah Torah is every Monday and Thursday. And market day, you're right. In Europe, most of markets days are Mondays and Thursday. Yeah, so you're right. Thanks.
So maybe the market days came first and then they decided to read the Torah. I don't know. Is it
I
written
don't know.
somewhere? Is it written
I
somewhere?
don't know. Maybe Refoil can tell us if it's,
I
if
think
it's
so.
right.
I also think so. I think
I
so.
think it's because when people congregate, you know,
Right.
people were working in the fields, they were, so I think in days when people congregate, you could put together a minyan very easily.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I didn't know if it was just a custom. I mean, is it in the Torah that the Torah is read, you know, obviously on Shabbos, but the other days, does anybody know?
Okay. Refoil raised his hand, so he probably knows.
Yeah, we're
Well,
not supposed to go more than a few days without hearing Torah. So it's not every other day, but yeah, so it's critical moments of, but I think in this context is that this transportation is very important in order to get to market. Those are the days you have to have some kind of form of transport. So if this car is broken, that's particularly bad.
Okay, thanks. Refoil, yeah.
Yeah, my understanding.
Mina, I miss a page.
Okay.
Okay, well, let
I
Refoil
missed it.
answer and then we'll.
Yeah, let Refoil answer and then we will see. Okay, Refoil, please.
My understanding is that first came the market days, and then came the tradition to read Torah on Mondays and Thursdays, and that this is not a halacha from the Torah itself. This came later. Now, when it came later, I'm not sure, but maybe I can find out in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Barbara, yes.
I
Barbara?
have something here, and I appreciate, because this is exactly why I raised my hand in the first place. It says, according to the Talmud, the practice of reading the Torah on Monday and Thursdays was established by Ezra the scribe during the 6th century BCE Babylonian captivity. The days were chosen because they were traditionally when Jews would travel to nearby towns for trade and shopping. As was remarked already, the practice was also intended to ensure that people would not go more than 3 days without receiving spiritual nourishment from the Torah. So that's really, I don't know what the discussion was.
Barbara,
But
can you put the link in the chat for
Oh,
that?
yeah, I'll try, my dear. I'll try.
Oh,
Thank you.
if you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Barbara. Bonnie, you want to ask something else, Bonnie?
I'm finished. I guess I still have to lower it.
Okay. So.
Thank you. Done.
Okay. Let's go on. Okay. No, Susan, please.
Who's failed him? What does he need? What is he lacking?
And
Oh,
he means the car. He means the car.
what?
He means the car. What's
The
failed him? He
car
means the car,
lacking.
the machine. What's
I
the car
can't-
lacking? Yeah.
I can't hear you.
It means the car. I'm just, going back to the
What's wrong with the
speech.
car?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's failed him? The car. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Ah, der Motor pust unter. Der Kieler schwitzt. Der Ausgleicher ist krumm.
Okay, translate it because it's too much. Yeah.
The mother is kind of coughing, low coughs. Motor.
The motor.
What's the Keeler?
The killer is something that cools
Cooler,
the
the
machine.
radiator.
Radiator.
Radiator. What is it? The radiator.
This is the car. Susan, car.
Oh, the cooler. Something's wrong with the cooler. Instead of cooling, it's schwitzing, it's sweating, it's warm. Der Ausgleicher is krumm. The thing that's supposed to make it straight
Lining.
is crooked. Ihr Lampen leuchten nicht. Oh, the lamps are not lighting up. Das Rädel dreht sich nicht. The wheel is not turning. Der Kerver kervet nicht. And who's is a caraver?
The steering wheel.
Oh, the steering wheel isn't steering.
Isn't
Der
steering.
Zinder zint sich nicht tun. The startup isn't starting up. Der Handhaber verhakt sich. The hand,
The end brakes. The
hand brakes is not working.
It jams. Verhakt sich is to be jammed.
The foot brakes liegt eingelegt. The foot brakes are just staying there. Die Lufträder sind verstopft. The air, the Lufträder sind verstopft. Was sind Lufträder?
The exhaust.
Oh, the air releaser, the exhaust is stopped up. Der Treter lässt auf sich nicht treten. When you step on it, it doesn't let you step on it.
It's
I
the
imagine
pedal.
that means the clutch.
The
Yeah,
clutch,
like,
okay.
you are learning now things about cars. So.
Everything's wrong. Die Schmierinstallatie schmiert nicht. What oils, the oil part of it is not oiling. Und as me schmiert nicht, fort me nicht. And if you don't smear the oil, it won't go. And that's a Yiddish saying. If you don't give a bribe, it's not going to go. As me schmiert nicht, fort me nicht. Der oil filter rinnt. The oil filter is dripping. Der Gasmesser is zerhuscht. The gas meter is, and was is zerhuscht?
It's not working.
Yeah,
Messed up.
Zerhuscht is like, you know, it's more than messed up.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. That's it. It's crazy, yeah.
It's crazy. Der Giechmeister is hinterstellig. What measures your speed.
Speedometer.
Oh, okay. Is hinterstellig. What would that be?
I think it's that the accelerator is going backwards.
It's backwards. Yeah, it's doing backwards.
Oh, it's just late.
Joy
It's-
Fisher.
Yeah, it's lagging. It doesn't measure rightly. It's yeah.
The Scheuwischer wischt nicht. The windshield wiper isn't wiping. Die Gummischicht sind gelechert. Something has got holes in it. What is Gummischicht?
I think the tires.
From gummi. The tires have holes in them. Ich will vorn kein Boiberik and vorige weg kein Jehuppets. I think I want to go to Boiberik and I wound up in Jehuppets.
Okay, thank you, Susan.
Oh,
Rafael, you
this is
want to say
gewählt.
something? Rafael, your hand is up. You want to say something?
Once again, I failed to lower it. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. It's not a problem. Karen, can you continue? Chaim Burach? Karen, you are with us? Okay, she was with us.
Oh, she's gone. She
She's
probably had
gone.
to take off or something. Yeah.
Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Beverly, please.
Okay, Chaim Baruch, friend Baruch, I guess is his name. Entfet der mechanic, says the mechanic. Was teug dir as a shib, I don't know what that means.
Shivrekli.
What do you need such a what?
Such
What-
a
what-
wreck, a wreck.
Such,
She bring-
such a wreck
It's
of a
not-
car.
Such a wreck, yeah, such a wreck.
Das als zu verrichten, wird euch abkosten ein Oizer. If I have to fix everything, it's going to cost you a gem. A Oizer is a gem.
fortune.
Treasure.
A fortune. A fortune.
Treasure.
A
What-
treasure.
what's-
A treasure, no?
A treasure. Und der Automobil wird sein a Säck in Dreher.
In Dreher.
Oh, in Dreher. And the automobile will be like a sack in the ground. Was
No,
is that?
a zetz is not a sack.
Maybe like a hole in the ground?
A Zetz is a
Shelby.
hit. Is a you hit them.
Yeah,
In
No,
the
yeah, but what does it mean, guys? Bonnie?
like.
automobile.
Bonnie, you're muted, Bonnie.
Yeah. Whenever,
Okay.
when my- Can I
Okay.
speak?
Yeah, Bonnie, let's,
Cookie.
In Dreher. Was is
In Dreerd. When my mother said in Dreerd, to me, it was always in hell.
no, it's ground. Erd is
in the
ground.
ground.
In the ground, but I mean, isn't there something colloquial? She said in Dreerd, it was a very negative.
Yeah,
Yes,
in Dreerd, in Dreerd.
Gay in
Dreerd.
Dreerd. She would say
He's
gay
like,
in
the heck with it, the heck with it, the hell with it.
Cookie.
It's
That's-
useless. Guten Dreher.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but what is a zetz in Dreerd? What does it mean,
same
guys?
thing. A Zetz is when you hit someone.
Yeah,
This
but
is
what,
No.
But my mother said gay in Dreerd.
Correct.
She would say it, sort of to the air or whatever.
I think the simple explanation is that he's just saying that this is
Yeah, not-
ready for the junkyard.
Right.
Yes,
That works.
yes.
It hits the ground, you drove it into the ground, it's done.
Yeah.
So what's is an eight? So what's your?
That's not the kind of
just a moment,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rafael.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Just a moment.
I can't
Rafael,
speak.
you-
Yeah, I think literally, Verita Zetzen Dreerd, it's worth just being poked into the ground.
Yeah, right.
So,
Wait.
okay, so
Bill,
it
have you
fits,
ever-
it fits with what Steve said. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of the same, just, okay, thank you.
It's okay to fix it.
Bonnie?
Foil, aside from the story, but are you familiar with that expression "gay in Dreerd" means
Yes. Yes.
go to hell or that kind of
Yes.
Okay.
Sure, everyone knows that one, but I looked in Stitchkoff, he does not specifically have a Zetzen Dreerd. So this is a new construction, not a standard idiom.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so, thank you. all.
Was it,
Ve-
everybody
ve-
ready?
very-
but,
Yes.
wait. Was
Yeah.
is an eight? So what's your opinion or what's your suggestion?
Right.
An eight is
Advice.
my,
Advice.
what? Advice.
Advice.
Okay, advice. Good
Advice.
too. What is your advice? My advice is kauf dir a neue Katarinke. Buy yourself a new
Probably
new-
machine, a new machine, a Katerinke.
Plate. Wer putte von der alte Macherenke and get rid of the old machine. Very good.
No, I think Machraike is more than machine. I think it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, it's
Rafael, yeah.
Yeah, in my dictionary for Katarinka, it has all sorts of meanings, including a barrel organ or a sewing machine, but it can also mean a jalopy. So jalopy is an older word for an inexpensive car.
Okay.
And
And a
Machareike is kind of a generic word for a widget, something you can use for some purpose, but it's a very general word.
How about would contraption work?
Sure.
Probably.
Okay, so
Translation.
Rochelle, will you finish it for us?
Okay. Unser Jiddisches wollt schon lang gekauft a neue Katarinke, aber hat Meure, als wird vergessen sein jiddischesten Lotion. Ja, mit
No, they translate it, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Our Yiddishist would indeed buy a new Katarinka, but he's afraid that he would forget his Yiddishist language. Because if the car wasn't working, he wouldn't be using all of these words. As mit technische Wörter is a bissel schwerlich in Yiddish. With technical words, it's a little difficult in Yiddish, aber man tut sich an Eite, but we have a solution. Technik is well, a goyish
Institution.
The technical is a goyish institution, or yeah.
Yeah.
Yiddish darf haben Technik wie an alter Yid was.
Kadachat.
Kaduches.
I don't know what that.
Kaduches. The plague.
Oh, okay. So Yiddish needs technical words like an old man needs the plague.
Well, today we need new words for the computer world.
Yeah.
For everything.
So that's
The
why
new
there is.
technology.
What did you say? Kaduchas is fever and shaking.
Yeah, the plague,
Plague.
like a plague. Kaduches is
Malaria.
Plague. Oh, a plague.
Malaria.
Okay.
plague. Actually, kaduches is malaria.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is used as a plague.
Right.
Yeah, the way hilaria is used.
And it's a curse, it was a curse
Exactly.
word. They
Yeah.
use it as a
Curse.
curse word, kaduchas.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Too funny.
Okay, guys. So that was the speech. Hilarious. I think so. Any comments? Louisa, please. I see you raise your hand.
Yeah, I have a, a linguistic comment about if we look at the last page, the last
Okay.
page that we read, and we have
Okay. I will go back if you want. Yeah.
we
So,
have
the last page. Yeah.
for example, so we have at the beginning, unser Yiddishist, that refers to the person, right? Wohlschein lang, gekauft, and so forth. Now, on the second line, we have the word Yiddish tish, lotion. So,
Yiddishistish. Yeah.
Yiddishistish lotion. Okay, so that's the difference between a person who is the Yiddishist and then the Yiddishistish language, right?
I think he made the word
Right.
up.
Yeah, I think so too.
In the first instance, it's a noun. In the second instance, it's a adjective.
I got you.
Yeah, but he
Actually,
means
the other way around, I
means
think.
halfway between something in Yiddish. A
No, I think it is in the manner of Yiddish.
But in English,
I
you
like
call
it. I think it's
yourself
like
a
kitchen
Yiddish.
table, like a table Yiddish stuff, the way you would speak around a table, an ordinary everyday
Oh,
language,
Tish, that's right.
like
Tish is
like
in there.
kitchen table, like a kitchen
Oh,
table
yeah.
English, you would call it
Could be.
in
I think
colloquial English.
Maybe. Yeah. Cookie.
In
Cookie.
English, I call myself a Yiddishist. I am a Yiddishist. Not only
Yeah,
that, Yiddish,
but
I am
that's
Yiddish.
but that's Yiddishistish.
Yiddishistish. So I think it's the suffix. The suffix is Yiddishistic, I suppose. That's the suffix of that particular word, I think.
I think he was
Maurice, what do you
he
think?
wasn't trying to be serious.
I think it just means in the
He was having a good
style.
time.
Just let Maurice.
I
Maurice,
think
what
it
do you
just
think?
means it's in Yiddish style. It's
Exactly.
not actually
Yeah.
Yiddish. It's Yiddish. It's like Yiddish style.
Yeah, the suffix means that exactly.
Mhm.
Yiddishistic.
Okay.
Ah.
Any more comments on this?
Thank you, Mina. So funny.
It is funny. Well, thanks Bashevi Zinger for, writing this. I have something else by Bashevi Zinger and that I will bring later on. It's a Helm story that it's a Helm story that he invented, and it's wonderful. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that next week we are going back to our Around the World series, and we will be in Argentina. So I will send you some material about Argentina, some letters from Mosesville, and also something, a story about immigration to Argentina. But since we have something like 5 minutes, Luisa, you are from there. Just about your experience, the experience of your parents coming to Argentina.
Oh, thank you.
Can you do it now? The 5 minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
First of all, I want to remind everybody that of something that most of you know, which is that my parents were Polish Jews who were Holocaust survivors, and they arrived in Argentina in 1948, way after the war. My parents were, of course, Yiddish speaking, but they were Galicianer speakers. And my mother actually was from Lvov, which is now Lviv, which was then part of Poland. And my father was from Krakow. So they met after the war. I personally think that they survived the war because they spoke Polish very well. So they kept speaking Polish at home. They would speak Yiddish when we met with our with my mother's uncles and so forth. But usually I only, when they met to speak Yiddish, I did not understand a word because they spoke Galician.
Let me just stop you for one moment. Can you just maybe, what was the relationship among the Jewish community there?
The Jewish community was a very big in Buenos Aires, and it was concentrated in the Once environment, in the Once quarter. It used to be called Once because there was a station there. The reason I mentioned my background from my parents was that I wanted to introduce that to the educational system that they had in Argentina, which was extraordinary for Jewish schools. And about the community itself, I would say that most of the community was pretty secular. There was a religious school, and of course there were religious Jews, and there were two extraordinarily beautiful synagogues that are still there today. One is called the Shield of the Paso Street, which you can find online. And it's on Pasteur Street in the Once area. It's a beautiful, towering, huge synagogue. The other one was the Shield of the Libertad Street, which is very close to the Colón Theater, which is the big opera theater in Buenos Aires, in the center of Buenos Aires, very near the obelisk. So those were the biggest temples, but there were lots of temples everywhere. But a lot of Jews, I don't know percentages because you're catching me offhand, Mina, with this. Most Jews were very secular, and but there was a huge population of about 400,000 Jews in my times, which has now been reduced to about 200,000. Many Jews left Argentina, but when I was growing up, I think it was the golden era of the Jewish community in my time. In the Once neighborhood, there were lots of small groceries where they used to sell the Jewish foods, the cucumber, the typical cucumbers, pastrami, bagels, you name it. And there was a very well-known, very famous bar, which was like a tea shop or coffee shop that was very centrally located in that neighborhood, that I think that every Saturday, not every Saturday, but I don't remember the times that it was open, but it was very well known as a Jewish place of gathering. So in the Onsen neighborhood. I did not live in the Onsen neighborhood. So for me, or my mother would say, oh, let's go to the Onsen neighborhood so that we can buy the Jewish foods or whatever. But they used to have a lot of people who were in the shmate business there. And there were lots of streets lined with shops with Jewish people who were selling all kinds of clothing that was cheaper than in other parts of Buenos Aires. So my mother used to take me shopping there for anything that we would need. And my two uncles were tailors, and they had a very, very important shop on Corrientes Street, which where they made clothing for men, and they were called the Zugman Brothers, and they had a Magen David for a logo with the initials of Zugman Brothers inside the Magen David. So then, for example, in that neighborhood, there was a very well-known Yiddish school that was a Yiddishist school supported by the Bund, and that I had not much to do with, because I ended up going to a different school that was in my other neighborhood, which was which would actually, I do have to say this, having talked about my parents, that the first language that I learned between Yiddish and Hebrew was Yiddish. I learned Yiddish first because my school, the first one that I attended, was focused on Yiddish, and then Hebrew was just the subject. And so by the time I was 11, I don't remember why or how, I heard that there was a network of schools that was actually teaching much more Hebrew than Yiddish. So I asked my mother to switch me to the other school. And I had to take an entrance examination for that Hebrew school because I did not know enough Hebrew to join the classes. And it was an afternoon class. So it was very common for Jewish kids who went to school to go to secular schools like mine in the afternoons, because public school for Spanish was in the morning. So of course I went to public school in the morning, and then after lunch I would go to the Jewish school. I would take either the tramway at the beginning or a bus, but I would go to the school. It was every day, Monday through Friday, from 2:30 to 5. But on Fridays, they did a Kabbalat Shabbat. So they were very traditional in the sense of the Jewish culture, not so much Jewish customs, really. I think I learned most of the prayers, for sure, all the prayers that I learned here in this country, but not before I came to the US. So there were two or three maybe, but two very important Jewish secondary schools. One was at the Amia, the place that was the Jewish community center that was destroyed by the bomb. It was a huge, imposing building. Also, I think it was on the same street that the big temple was, a few blocks away. That Jewish community building handled the cemeteries and handled the Jewish education system for probably the whole country. It had about 6 or 7 floors. It was a very imposing building. And it was like the center of Argentinian Jewish politics as well. And it was really, I think that it was a very successful community, not to mention the extraordinary cultural production that lots of emigres from the war did in Argentina, many of whom were our teachers in the school system. We got a lot of people who were refugees, and one of them I mentioned to you, Mina, Rozhansky, became very well known, I think, outside Argentina as well.
Well, Rozhansky also compiled, what is called the major Yiddish books of the time or
Right,
something
right.
like that.
He was a big Yiddishist, and of course there were schools that were focused. Some of them, for example, the AMIA had its own Jewish secondary school, and Rozhansky taught at AMIA. So my girlfriends who later went to Israel with me for a year as Hebrew teachers and had their background in AMIA, they were very, very well versed in Yiddish. Some of us were much more versed in Hebrew because we went to the Bialik school, which was another network of schools that was focused on Hebrew. The other thing that I wanted to say was that Argentina had an extraordinarily successful rabbinical seminary that and also a third level tier study entity called the Midrashah, which was like an sort of a university type higher studies level. And I ended up studying there as well, so that Argentina exported a lot of rabbis and cantors, probably more rabbis, to many Latin American countries, and it exported many teachers, a lot of teachers. That's why Rabbi Jatta ended up in Houston, if some of you remember Rabbi Jatta from Beth Yeshurun, because Rabbi Jatta was one of the students at the Jewish Seminary of Buenos Aires, Seminario Rabbinical Seminar of Buenos Aires. And there were people, for example, one of my professors was the director of that rabbinical seminar, together with this very well-known rabbi that came to Argentina to build the reform movement in Argentina.
Okay, but Louisa, let me
Marshall Meyer?
stop you.
Yes,
Let me
Marshall
stop you
Meyer.
for a moment, because I see the people are having questions or comments. So just
Okay,
a moment.
okay.
Michael, yes.
Oh, hi,
Anyway.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem.
I'm sorry I came very late, but I wanted to stop in to say a couple of things. With Luisa, it was interesting because when I was in Cuba, the shuls there had visiting Argentine rabbis. They didn't have their own rabbi, but rabbis would be sent from Argentina.
Yeah, because there were many rabbis that ended up in Mexico, and because of this rabbinical seminar that I'm talking about. And and I'll just say this and then I'll let others speak.
Yeah, because I see that there are more questions or something.
Marshall Meyer came to Argentina in the 60s to develop the reform movement, and he was very involved also with the rabbinical seminary. So one of my professors after Marshall Meyer came back was Rabbi Mordechai Ederi, who was of Moroccan background, but he was very prominent also, and translated the whole Torah into Spanish. And so just to give you an idea, Rabbi Jatta was the student of Mordechai Ederi, this professor as well. So it was huge. It was huge.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also wanted to just say, so some of us from the Winkel, I see Rochelle is here. Asia was there. We went to the Arbiter Rings trip to Yiddishland this past week, and it was wonderful. I could talk about it later, but I want to encourage people to mark your calendars and try to come.
Yeah, we talked about it, Michael, at the beginning
I was hoping you did. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it, and Rochelle explained and told us what it was, and the refoil was in Yiddish, at Yiddish work, so that's something else, and he talked about it as well. And I was asking Rochelle to let us know where it will be next year, so maybe other people can also, you know, join it or register and go there. So if you can just, you know, put it on your calendar, that we will need to know, because we don't follow all the time everything, okay? So.
Right. So I put it in this week's newsletter from a couple of days ago. There's a link in there. And the important thing is to get on their email list, just the Arbiter Rings email list, so that you know when they open up registration, to be able to get the bedding that you want. Otherwise you end up in a bunk bed with a bunch of kids.
Okay, before I let you, before Cookie, I see you, Cookie. I just wanted to ask Michael, did they teach you something nice to cook there?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So I took the cooking
Yes.
class. We did, let's see, we did blintzes. We did mushroom, potato and mushroom blintzes. We did
Commentation.
Commentation, yeah. And what else did we do? We did
A cholet that was
oh,
vegetarian.
yes.
And-
Vegetarian
Vegetarian
cholent
cholent.
with a vegetarian kishka.
Kishka that was
Um,
out of this world.
Yeah, and they did a
Okay.
kugel on the day that I wasn't here. So
Okay, maybe they have the recipes online, so yeah.
They're gonna
Okay.
send them out. I'll share them.
Ah, okay, thank you. Yeah, good, thanks.
yeah,
Okay,
it was
Cookie,
great.
yeah, I
So
saw
I
you.
encourage
Cookie.
everybody to go.
I wanted to ask Louisa a personal question. My Machatonim and my daughter-in-law were born in Argentina, all Ashkenazi Jews. Does the name Grimberg mean anything to you?
Yeah, there's so many.
Grimberg, it's a second name. I just thought it might be a family because when she has a party here, all Argentinian Jews are with her. She has a huge group of Argentinian Jews here.
There are many Argentinian Jews here.
Okay, so
All her friends. are
just a
there.
moment, guys. There is a thunderstorm here, so if if it goes out, know that I didn't end it, but the thunderstorm ended it. So yeah, Bonnie.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I went to Yiddishland for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years in a row. And then COVID came and then I never went back. But they have a great klezmer band. And I, who have taken percussion lessons, and certainly not as an adult, so I'm not an expert. I was actually in the klezmer band one year, and I was probably the thrill of a lifetime. And we performed, and I was spectacular.
Okay, so were you singing or playing an instrument?
I was playing the drums.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have to do to do a demonstration for us.
I mean,
once.
I'm a rank amateur, and in
Oh,
fact,
nice.
the wonderful guy who runs the band wanted me to come to New York and take classes from him, and we had a whole conversation for about a year after that, and wanted to help me practice. But whatever I learned is kind of faded because I guess I took lessons maybe about 20 years ago at a I wouldn't say it's a seminary, but it's a school for mostly children. I was the only adult in the class. It was a little intimidating because the kids were way better than I was.
But what a nice experience.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you, Louisa, for your introduction.
Yeah, I'm
We
sorry
will go-
I talked too much about my background in my parents.
No,
I
but you
think
know,
it
your
explains
background
it.
and everything, it brings things together, but we will go further back in history. We will go back, I will send you material for the, you know, the beginning,
Oh,
the
yeah,
beginning
yeah.
of settlement in
Yeah.
Argentina.
Yeah.
So you
Can
will
I ask
just get to
where-
know.
Yeah, where is Yiddish land held?
Sylvan Lake in Hopewell Junction.
Yeah.
It's about I take the ferry across and then it's just about an
Hopewell
hour.
Junction, what state?
New
New
York.
York. New York.
Is it, what is it near? What's Hopewell
It's in the-
Junction mean?
I think it's really in the Catskills, but
It's in
not.
the Catskills. It's near Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all those little towns around Poughkeepsie. My son lives in Poughkeepsie and it's 20 minutes from
Is it a weekend or a week thing?
No, it's a whole week and they do not let you come for part of it. You have to go for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is it
Do they only speak Yiddish?
No, it's
No.
English.
That's where Refoel was. That was Yiddish war. He
Yeah.
said that
That
the
was-
Yiddish war is only in Yiddish. And in
Wow.
Yiddish land, you can speak whatever you want, but you
Yeah,
know,
there's Hebrew, there are people who speak Russian, there are people
but
who
the programs in Yiddish or about Yiddish.
When I toward the latter years when I was there, they formed a Yiddish table. So there were people who were somewhat fluent and they would speak, and I sort of hung out with them a little bit, but it was a
Yeah,
level.
but what,
there were
what they've done the last few years is they have a beginner's lunch table, an intermediate, and an advanced lunch table with somebody who encourages you and fills in the words and all that. But that's like lunch. So if you want, only if you want to go, do you need to go to that.
Is it a camp? Is it a camp? Like
It's
a, you know,
very
like
right. They
It's
have
basically a
little-
children's camp.
it's a
But they
children's
have-
camp, but are there children there that week?
No,
They're
No.
finished. They're finished.
they're finished. But
Yeah.
the accommodations are pretty
School
rugged.
started by now. School started by now. so-
Rustic, right?
Yeah, they have,
Rustic.
they
Yeah.
have a limited number of semi-private cabins where it's a
Okay, it's not the Hilton.
No,
not the
and
Hilton.
it's not even glam camping. It's just more like camping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shower in your room.
So
Roughing it.
if you
You
go,
gotta
Yeah.
rough it.
if you go alone, you have to expect to share the room with someone.
Well, you
If you
can pay
want
for
to.
the cabin yourself.
I take a
it's worth-
cabin for myself because I don't sleep if I
Uh-huh.
have a roommate. But it becomes very expensive to do that.
Yeah,
I have to tell you, the food is pretty bad, but
I
nobody
know.
cares.
I went once up to
The prices are
You
close
guys
to the
are not selling me on this experience.
Elaine, I'll talk to you offline about it.
the food and accommodation.
Anymore.
are
You
terrible.
know what? We can do a Yiddish camp in Houston that will be, with better
Exactly.
food. With
In
better
a
food.
in a hotel.
In a
At a
hotel.
Hilton.
I'll fly in.
With
Yeah.
good food. Class camp used to be in one of the Borscht Belt hotels, and it was
Yes.
luxurious.
I went to class camp. That's why I did go to class camp once or twice.
Yeah,
And it was great. It was great, and it was,
it was
in
wonderful. Yeah.
And the food wasn't, and the food was not bad.
No,
And
the
we used to go to
class
class
camp
camp,
was fine.
which is good too. But we could do a class in Houston. Be easy.
Right.
We have-
Okay. We have to think about it.
Right.
Louisa, and that's it, guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Louisa.
I was going to say that, for example, Evo seems to have interesting classes so that we
Yeah.
could all maybe as a group attend some of those and then discuss them. I just noticed there's a new book that's called A Jew in the Street, or a new
Oh, yeah, I checked it out today. I checked it out today.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I know.
What is
I
it
know.
called? What is it called?
A Jew in the Street.
Fascinating, it seems.
It's a collection of essays.
Yeah.
It's not an easy book. It's not a novel. It's a collection of essays, and they are dedicated to, it's in honor of Michael Stanislavski. I know of him, who is a very notable historian of Jewish
Fascinating.
history.
So we
But
could
it's a
attend,
collection of essays. We just got today the email from Ivo.
right? We could attend together and then discuss if we wanted to do something. So that would be, everybody would be able to stay home and eat whatever they want, and then
You mean do it all by Zoom? Do it all on
exactly,
Zoom?
exactly, virtually.
Zoom.
I want you all to come to Houston, but
I would fly. I flew for
I
the
would
first
go to
time.
Houston if it was. I'd go if it was in a hotel.
Yeah.
I would too.
So that's it.
Or
So-
we could, or Airbnbs.
Or the Airbnb, right, where we would all be together. That would be fun.
my neighbor is running an Airbnb, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. that's-
Okay. Okay,
Something
guys.
to look forward
Minna,
to.
thank you. Minna,
Dann
thank you.
gesehen, and we will see you next week. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Minna,
Thank you.
Thank you, Minna.